Hello guys, so today we're talking about another movie from 2020. Yes, this is the first movie of this year that I have seen. And yes, out of the three movies, this will be ranking second on my list of the three movies. Bloodshot was a movie that came out this year and became relatively forgotten relatively quickly. Due to it being, that's like a very average superhero movie. So basically, this is kind of like Deadpool, or kind of like a revenge movie. And this movie actually, the beginning of this movie kind of reminded me of Deadpool. Well, the guy had bad things happen to him at the beginning of the movie. Basically, these people kidnap him and do bad things to him. But instead of basically making him, because now in the X-Men universe, they basically just kill him, and these guys take him to Malaysia and bring him back to life, giving him technology to regenerate. Kind of like what happened to Deadpool. And basically, all this basically these people have been manipulating his mind to get revenge on these people, and at the end, him and the girl in the movie basically go and the girl after while he's asleep after the last time he gets revenge, her and the one guy get hijack his mind and basically stop that cycle from happening, and that's what the ending and stuff happens. So yeah, this movie was pretty entertaining. The whole fight scenes where he just is invincible against those guys. The first two ones where he's just invincible against these guys, where he's just like walking up and these guys are shooting him and he's like surviving. And yeah, basically then there was also the final showdown. That was pretty great. The CGI is actually pretty impressive for a movie that had a budget of $45 million. So yeah, this movie actually had a very good CGI, very good, effects for a movie that wasn't very high in budget. The movie made $47 million in the box office, while in the countries where it was open in theaters because this movie was put on VOD. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this movie actually made back its money, basically, with VOD and, streaming and stuff because of the virus. I bet this movie will probably eventually make back its money and become a cult classic of sorts. And yeah, especially considering that this is one of the few movies that came out in 2020 before the virus took over. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this movie makes more money, in VOD and becomes like a cult classic of sorts. Yes, this movie got mixed reviews, but I like the movie. So yep, that's basically about Bloodshot. The movie did get mixed reviews around the board, 5.1. Basically, yeah. So yes, this movie looks beautiful and high quality. It can always be this room is worth a look at least once. And yes, it's better than I expected. It's very similar to Pipeline and Deadpool 1, with similar of 1990s and early 2000s results. Redbox DVD contains behind-the-scenes features, and on-set morale looks really high, while the talent see a way to make producers making so everything works. And yes, and all of his films are work done. And yes, it was also done for Deadpool 1. And yes, this movie is very similar to Deadpool 1. It's a high quality movie made with a very small budget. But I think the reason why people hated this movie is because the story was a bit too weak at point of this movie. And yeah, this movie kind of like that felt like the same things are happening over and over again. And yeah, but again, this movie is very much like Deadpool 1, but without the humor. And kind of like the main character is kind of a very boring character as well. He just wants revenge. But again, the film explains that basically they're making him do it the whole time. So yeah, I give this movie a 8 out of 10. Goodbye.